Hey guys, so back in January of this year, I shared with you guys my updated 5-year plan. So, this is a plan that I set up a couple of years ago, and at the beginning of this year, I was like, we need to make some changes because of life circumstances, right? So, I made some changes to that, and I thought I shared that with you. I shared last year my goals, but I never shared with you my actual 5-year plan. So I thought give you an update on that and just like show you my bigger picture. So my 5-year plan. I am currently in year 3 of my 5-year plan. I'm going to try and put this plan that I have here printed out on the screen shortly so that you can see as I talk about what is currently happening and what I'm looking forward to in 2024. You can follow along. So I shared this plan with you in January. We're now in November, and within like 6 weeks or thereabouts, the year will end. So I figured let's do a check-in because I check in with myself every single month, but obviously for the channel I haven't. So here I am. So enough rambling from my side. Let me go ahead and share with you my updated 5-year plan check-in, and then next week I will be sharing my 2024 goals that I set up. I came back from Mauritius a couple of days ago, and now I'm back to regular schmegular, filming my content more or less live and sharing this with you guys. But that trip was exactly what I needed. I try every single year since 2021. 2020 is when I actually started it, but I didn't realize that. But 2021 was when I solidified my plan to always have 1 month before the year end where I travel, and that trip is just for planning for the upcoming year. No exploring, no doing nothing. It literally is just for planning for the new year. So that's exactly what I did in Mauritius. I spent 10 glorious days in Mauritius, and I am ready to conquer and take over 2024. So with that being said, let us do a quick recap of year 1 and 2, and then we'll talk more about year 3, which is 2023, and then also talk about year 4, which is 2024, since that's coming up in about 5-6 weeks. So for year 1, what I wanted to achieve and managed to achieve was to buy my first rental property. I wanted to increase my net worth. I wanted to pay off my car loan that I had, and I wanted to be consumer debt free. So I had been debt free for quite a long time, but I never considered my car loan as a debt for some reason, because it just felt like something that everybody had, like mortgages, like it didn't feel like, oh, it's a debt. But when I started getting more familiar and educating myself financially speaking, I realized, okay, this is a debt that had to go. So I was glad to pay that off, and by paying off my car loan, that meant I was automatically consumer debt free. So I was able to accomplish that in year 1. I was so happy to have bought my first rental property a year after I bought my own home. So that was really good. And then to also bring my net worth up to just under 290, was like 290,000, was great. So yeah, that was year 1. It was a great year for me personally, financially speaking. For year 2, again, I had a goal to buy another rental property, so I bought my second rental property in year 2. Just to reiterate, year 1 was 2021, year 2 was 2022. So I bought my second rental property in 2022. I increased my net worth, so there was over a jump of almost 100K in my net worth. So I brought my net worth up to 374,000. And then I also increased my investments. This is not something that I was focusing on in year 1. I think in year 1, I was roughly, I want to say, maybe between 10 to 15,000 pounds invested. I think that's where I was. But by year 2, I had actually increased that. I had dedicated a lot of my income to investing, so that brought it up to just under 60K in investments. And I also tracked another milestone that I wasn't really looking at, and that was my assets. So my assets increased to over 930,000. So we were like 70K under 1 million. So that gave gave me an idea, and hence the updated 5-year plan. So I updated my 5-year plan because the landscape of my finances had changed, so I needed to adjust accordingly. So now year 3, 2023, this is currently ongoing. Like I said, we still have, I think, about 6 weeks left to this year, but one of my goals was to reach 1 million in assets. This I spoke about in a number of videos this year, and yes, I was able to achieve that. Second was to purchase my third rental property. I was able to achieve this back in August, end of August. Then reach 75k in my investments. This is obviously again based off the fact that I was just under 60k in year 2. I was like, okay, let's see what we can do in year 3. So 75k, and I was able to achieve that. And then it was reach 500,000 in net worth. We still have 6 weeks. I haven't reached this. I don't believe I'll be able to reach this, but it doesn't matter because everything else I've been able to accomplish, which makes me really, really happy. Like, I actually can't even believe that I reached 1 million in assets. And when I shared my net worth, I think my Q3 net worth, I did ask you guys, I was like, am I a millionaire now? And obviously somebody did have to ruin it for me in the comments. It's like, no, you're a millionaire when your net worth. No, according to the Oxford Dictionary, I'm a millionaire because my assets are over 1 million. So I'm a millionaire. I'm claiming that, and nobody's gonna change my mind on that. But yeah, so year 3 has been incredible. Year 3 has been a lot of learnings, a lot of fine-tuning, a lot of things. It has been incredible. Now for year 4, I won't go into too much detail with year 4 because I will be doing, like I said, another video for next week where I will be talking about my goals for 2024. So for 2024, aka year 4, I'm looking at reaching 100k in my investments. As at the time of filming this video, I am over 80k in investments. So I am surmising that I should at least bring my investments another 20k up to reach 100k, which will be great if I can do that. And I'm going to be doing some salary sacrifices at work that I believe will be able to help me to actually reach this 100k in investments. My second goal is to reach 750,000 in net worth. So remember, for year 3 I haven't reached 500,000, but for year 4 I have 750,000 in net worth. And honestly, I thought about it a lot when I was on vacation. Actually, even before I went on vacation to Mauritius, I'd thought about maybe instead of, you know, following along with my plan of 750,000 in year 4 when I haven't achieved 500,000, maybe I should just say 500,000 for year 4 as well. And I wrote it down back in October, but then as I was reflecting on this, I was like, no, I'm going to stick to my original plan because this would just force me to work harder and think of ways to increase my net worth, as opposed to be like, oh, let me just, because I haven't achieved that one, let me just go back until I achieve that one and then move forward. But no, I'm going to try and achieve both. So whatever I don't accomplish in year 3, I'll see if I can accomplish it in year 4, but also accomplish year 4's own goal. That was my thought process, and I'm sticking with it. Then my third goal is to reach 1.5 million in assets. So this goes hand in hand with net worth. So I'm sure if I reached 3,000,000, then I would have reached 1.5 million in assets anyway. And then here there's another one that for the, I don't know if I'll be able to update this template, but the hard copy one, I've added in one more goal, which is to be debt free, like a debt free as in consumer debt free again, because obviously to buy my third rental property I took out an additional loan for this home. I'm going to remortgage next year with the plan of absorbing that, so I would definitely be consumer debt free with that. But then I do have the personal loan of the 25,000 that I took out this year to renovate my home. So that one, because I took it out on a 4-year plan, I don't know, but we shall see because there's so many moving parts that I'm considering for next year. So, but I'm going to put it out there to the universe that I definitely want to be consumer debt free next year. So that is another goal that I'll be working on. But I'm very excited to have review this, to have done this check-in, because looking at it, I have accomplished a lot more than I actually thought, you guys. Like when I was writing this 5-year plan, initially it was just a dream. Like literally it was just a dream. Now I have it pinned in my office, and every single day I look at this and I'm working subconsciously, consciously, whatever. I'm always working towards this goal. This is my plan. I've thought about, like, should I set a 10-year plan? But for now, 5-year chunks seems to work for me just fine, and I like seeing the 5-year plan. But essentially this is where we are. I won't talk about year 5 because there isn't really much I want to say here, but for year 4 I'm excited for it. I've planned for it, and I'm excited to start executing my plans. So that is it, you guys. That is my updated 5-year plan check-in. I don't know when I'm gonna do my next check-in, but probably in the new year when we start working on year 4, I'll do my check-in then. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, you guys. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video.